Hi there. Hi, my name is Randy Boldt, and I'm running for the Board of Director of ICCRC. And I thought I'd make a few videos just to help you understand my my views and thoughts on various issues that affect our organization. The one that I want to talk to you first about is one many people ask me to give an opinion on, and that is ICCRC's financial statement. So I've reviewed ICCR's financial statements for the last several years, and to start with, there's nothing particularly untoward about them or unexpected or difficult. They are well presented, they are accurate, audited by a good firm, and there's nothing that causes me concern except for one area. Now, my background is in corporate finance. I have an MBA in finance, and I spent 18 years in commercial credit and corporate finance, and so I've done a lot of different things with financial statements. I was a director for the province of Manitoba, where I set up two funds in relation to immigration, and at their peak they were over $500 million, so I started those and ran those. We have our own company for the last 9 years. I've been a finance director of a property company, mid-sized property company, and a healthcare company. So I have a ton of experience in analyzing financial statements, and there's nothing, contrary to what a few people have said, and I'll challenge them to a debate anytime. There's nothing particularly difficult about ICCRC's financial statement. There's nothing bad about them. It's a very stable cash flow, except for one thing, and that's the cost of our complaints and disciplinary process, which, according to my analysis, is about $1.2 million, which is excessive. If we compare ourselves to law societies, we see that Alberta Law Society, which has far more members than we do, they have about $30 million in revenue, and their costs are a couple $100,000. We see that Manitoba Law Society has revenues of $4 million, and their cost of complaints is only $30,000. Last year in 2016, they disciplined 20 members, that's all. Our revenues are a little over $7 million, and our costs of complaints and disciplinary costs are about $1.2 million. And we have to deal with hundreds more complaints than a law society of our size. Now, there's a number of different things that we need to address about that. One is the actual numbers of complaints in disciplinary process. And I think you all remember the issue in BC and Alberta where 3 of our members sold hundreds and hundreds of fake jobs through Mac's convenience stores. That really bothered me. That really disturbed me, that members of our association should be involved in doing that. This should not be allowed to happen. And sadly, too much of that does go on with our members, and we have to take steps to stop that. We have to take steps to stop fake jobs, fake documents. This is not acceptable for our members to do it, and we have to work together to stop this. The less we have of this, the lower our costs of complaints and discipline will be. The second element is that in law societies, senior lawyers, called benchers, are often the people that are involved in doing the complaints and disciplinary process on an individual basis, and there's no cost to doing that. Sadly, ICCRC has contracted far too much of that work out, as opposed to sought volunteers from senior members to do that. And we have to stop doing that, because when I look at our professional fees, they're completely out of line, and we spend far too much money in hiring lawyers to do work that we should be doing. We should be the ones who are dealing with the complaints of members, not lawyers. If accountants and architects and doctors can handle their own complaints, so should ICCRC. We're more than capable of doing it. Yes, we have to make sure that we follow the law, but that's what we do for a living, so we can do that. So, in conclusion, our financial statements are generally in good order. We have, last year we made a surplus of over $1 million, and we have retained earnings of over $1 million. We have an extremely stable cash flow. Our expenses, other than complaints and disciplinary costs, are in line. We should be able to hold the cost of memberships down, or I should say stable, if we can ensure that our cost of complaints and discipline are held back, and we need to work together on that. So that's my first video, and I'll be doing some more, and I hope that provided you with some background in terms of myself and what I think about our financial statements and complaints and disciplinary. Thank you.